Hello students, welcome back to the session. This is Assistant Professor Ishani Trivedi from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. We have been discussing a lot of topics regarding building construction technology. In the last session, in the previous session, we discussed about the formwork and centering. Right, that is correct. We discussed about various types of formwork for different structural members. We discussed about centering, that was the formwork for your arch. Now, we are moving forward to a new module, to a new topic, a completely new topic, that is building components. Now, if I say about building components, then you would be speaking in mind. Have a look at the image, I'll just enlarge for you. If I say building components, then what you can see in this image, you have doors, you have windows, you have slab, you have ceiling, you have beams, you have columns. Now, if I go more technical, then you have jambs of your door and window. You will have different technical terms. So you have corbel, you have the slab of the terrace, that is your roof and roof coverings. You have different types of flooring. Okay, you have the most important type being, you can see in the image, that is your foundation. So all of these together make your building component. If you look at this image, I think you have seen this image earlier in my session, so I'll give you a little bit space over here. You can see also one more thing, wall finishes. Right, what is wall finishing? It is utmost important part of your building, being a component. Your plastering, painting, varnishing, whitewashing, all of these things which give you the final touch, the final look, all together here you can see makes your whole structure, whole building comprised of small building components. Now, regarding this, your syllabus, or your, let us say, for the topics which you are going to cover, we will have different types of building components, but we are going to discuss only and only limited type of components. The first being the door, second being the window, third being ventilator. Now, windows and ventilators shall be discussed all together. You know what is the difference between window and a ventilator. Next, you will have stairs and staircases. If I say a single step, that will be called as a step. A series of steps will be called stair, and the whole set or the whole series which will make up your whole flight. See, I am using these technical words, you may not understand right now, but as we discuss one by one all the components, everything will be discussed. You will be having discussed about the classification. You will have the technical terms of a typical type of a door, of a window, of a roof or a staircase. You will have a typical one, and all of the components, all the technical terms shall be discussed. Okay. Next is roof and roof covering, and the last which we will discuss over here is flooring. Okay, so these are the types of building components which are going to be studied in detail. Keep in mind, they are not as simple as they look, because if you think that it is just a simple door or a window, then we have lots of varieties, we have lots of technical terms, we have lots of definitions which make up your short questions as well. Okay, so please pay attention to whatever we discuss. Now, let us start with the first technical definition, that is your doors. Now, if I want to define a door, what will you say? You will say that a door is provided in a building for entry and exit of the users. You can have access to the building with the help of a door. Not access to the building, access to the room. Okay, now if I want to define the door technically, then it is a full framework. It is a framework. Okay, what kind of framework? Which consists of the door frame, the door stiles, it will have the top frame. Okay, hinges shall be fixed at the door to open it and close it. And we will also say that the front part, the whole setup, the arrangement, we shall call it as shutter or a leaf okay, the whole arrangement, the composition of the frame, the style and the center part shall be known as shutter or a leaf. So the whole framework, you can see what is flashing over here. It says that the framework of wood or steel or glass or combination. If you look at the door right now in your home, in your room as well, you would be able to see, you may have a wooden door, you may have plywood door, you would have a glass door, sliding door. There are varieties of doors, right? So it is a framework. You will call it as a framework made up of these material. They are secured in the opening. It means the opening which is left in your structure, it may be an opening for the door, it may be an opening for the window. So the framework is secured in the opening, right, for the purpose of entry and exit of the users. That is known as door. Now, if you can write down the definition for the door, you can easily write down the definition for a window. Again, it is the vertical opening, okay. Now, the framework. Window is again the framework. Have a look in your room right now. What kind of window can you see? You may be having metal windows, you may be having glass windows, you may be having grills, right, attached in your windows for safety purpose. Okay, so now again, window is just a framework which is secured in the opening, left in the structure, okay, for the purpose of lighting, ventilation and air circulation. Okay, major purpose of the window is lighting and air circulation. You need light in your room, you need sunlight, you need air circulation. Okay, so for that purpose which we provide a specific type of framework is known as window. Next, let us move further. The third building component, that is your ventilator. What is a ventilator? What is the difference between window and a ventilator? Please tell me. Please think into your mind. Okay, yes, ventilator is solely provided for the purpose of ventilation. If you would have been if you have been to a basement, you would have seen that at the greater height, just near the roof, a small window, small opening would be provided. Why is that provided? For ventilation purpose. In the bathrooms, in the water closets, in the toilets, you can see that always a small window is provided at the greater height of the room for the ventilation purpose. That type of structure or the framework, a small window which is provided at specific location for the purpose of ventilation is called a ventilator. Next, next type of building component you have is a stair. Now, what is a stair? What is a step? One which you can climb, on one which you can ascend and descend. Ascend means to climb it and descend means to come down. Okay, so why stairs are provided? It connects two floors of a building. For any kind of building, any kind of structure, if you want to connect two different floors at difference of heights, then for that purpose of communication, what is provided? You have staircases. Okay, now we have different types of staircases existing around. You starting from a big palace where you can see a huge staircase which would be extremely beautiful, and up to the small simple type of staircase generally provided in public buildings or even at our houses. It depends, different types of staircases can be constructed. Okay, next type of definition which we are going to discuss you have is roof and roof coverings. What is a roof? Now see, for your different floors, the floor is ultimately slab and the roof is also ultimately a slab. But what is the difference? What is the difference between roof and the normal floors? For the roof, you will have to provide specific coverings, specific layers to protect it from external atmospheric actions. While for the other types of floor, it may be common for all the floors, that is known as flooring. Now we have timber flooring, we have tile flooring, we have marble flooring, we have brick flooring. Yes, all of these will be discussed in this building component part. So altogether, these are your types of building components which are going to be discussed. Let us start with the first type, that is doors and windows. Okay. Now, if I say that currently in your room, how many doors can you see and how many windows can you see? I suppose that for your room you will have one door which will be for entry and exit purpose, and if you have a balcony, right, if you have a balcony, you will have door for that same access to the balcony as well. Otherwise, if you have a huge window, then you will have the door structure. If you have a walking window, okay, a walking standing balcony, then it will be provided with the full size window. So in general case, if I suppose that for your room right now, you will be having one door, and you will be also having window in your room. It may be one, it may be two, it depends on the size of the room. So what happens here is that how will you locate the doors and windows? How many doors are to be provided? How many windows are to be provided? What will be its position? How will you locate it so that you will have maximum light, maximum air circulation, maximum ventilation? There are lots of parameters on which it is decided that how will you locate the door and window for your particular room. Let us have a look at that. Let us discuss that. Okay, so the first one it says the number should be limited. As I said that for your particular room, on an average, all the students would be having one door in your room. Okay, unnecessarily if you provide two doors, what is going to be the use? Okay, so it should be in minimum numbers as much as possible. Okay, to also to occupy the space in other things as well. Okay. Next, it should meet the functional requirements. One functional requirement being that you have to place it in such a way that you can leave almost 20 centimeter space from the corner, and it should be provided such that other space is not wasted, and the door is provided at proper location such that you have to provide the door. Next, now if the room or the area is very much large, and if you have to provide more than two doors, okay, then how will you locate it? You have to locate it facing to each other like this. This will be your first door, this will be your second door. So it is advised that you always place the doors facing to each other for better air circulation. Understood? Okay, next, size and number of windows. How are they decided? As I said, it depends on your size of the room, it depends on your location of the room, it also depends on your privacy purpose. Okay, so all of these factors will decide about your size and number of windows. Next you have to take consideration of the furniture and the decor. Now this is your the most common requirement, right? That I'll have this type of window, I'll have this color, I'll have this decor. So based on that also, it is one of the important things where the clients demand to design it in such a way that it matches their decor. Okay, next, if a door is provided over here, then just like two doors, you have to provide the window. If it is facing to each other, it is well and good. Otherwise, provide at the opposite wall, okay, of the door, then it will have good circulation. Next, for lighting purpose. Now we have windows which are generally provided sometimes only for light purpose, and we have windows which are provided for bedrooms where fresh air or air circulation breeze is required. So for lighting purpose, locate it in north direction, and for wind purpose, always locate it in the direction of the wind. I think you would have studied all these things in your principles of building planning as well. And the last, if you are providing a window, then the sill level of your window. What is sill? That is the bottom part of your window. It should be at least what it says that around 80 centimeter above the floor level. So these are the requirements. Please keep in mind, you can have lots of short questions from this. So this makes your location of doors and windows. Now let us discuss with the components of the door. Look at this image flashing here. try to just make out what is happening over here. I'll give you just space to even watch this image. You can see two images over here, right? Let us start with the first basic one, okay? Now, in this video, you can see image that you have certain technical labeling. You have labeling for the door. For this simple type of a door, you can see that what is written over here, head. It means the top part of the door or the door frame, top part. See, I am discussing one by one all definitions. Please remember. The first is your top part, that is known as head. Next, can you read over there? Horn. Okay. So, when the head is projecting outwards, the horizontal projection of the head at the top of the door is known as horn. Next, the outermost part, the vertical jambs, right, that is known as frames. Okay. Next, you can see what is written, holdings. They are fastenings and fixtures with the help of which your door is generally fixed. Okay. You have jambs, as I said, jamb post. Okay, that is your technical definition of a door. Next, you have is, as I said, frame, and inside the frame you will have stiles. Have a look in this image now. This was the basic thing, without panels. There were no panels. Okay. Now we have frame and panels both. You can see in the center part, can you see small rectangles are made? Yes, those are known as panels. So this is a combination of first series of panels and second series of panels. Then this is your paneled door. Now if you have a frame outside, then this will make your framed and paneled door. Make sure this is one type, framed and paneled door. Next, above the top panel, you will have top rail. At the bottom, you will have bottom rail. At intermediate part, you will have intermediate rail. You can also call it phrase rail. Okay. Near the lock, you will have lock rail. We are calling the horizontal part as rail. Top rail, bottom rail, intermediate rail. Intermediate can be two. Then it will become, one will become lock rail and other will become phrase rail. You have frames. Inside the frames, the vertical part you can see is your stiles. Now, separation of these two panels, the vertical center part will make mullion. Okay. Next, you have lock, which is obvious thing. So, all these are your technical terms generally used, or you have to even describe with the help of a sketch the components, the technical terms of a door. So, this makes your typical type of a door, also makes framed and paneled door. So, I think students, you should go through these images discussed till now and all the concepts for this day, and we shall continue with classification of doors in the next lecture. Thank you, students.